going on, guys? Victor here. We got my lovely wife on board. We got Brooke's dad, Dennis, behind the camera, and we are going to start out the day doing my favorite thing, attempting to catch speedos. So we got a gorgeous day out here. We got a light breeze. Don't really know what we're going to fish for. We got chum, we got gogs in the well that we scooped up earlier this morning, so we're going to just kind of see what the conditions are like. Maybe we'll catch some snapper, maybe we'll try to catch a sailfish. A week ago we caught 6 in one day, so just gonna give it our all. But we're gonna put together a nice video for you guys. And so all these little marks I have on my Garmin, that's where I've marked the wreck or bait and stuff. So I'm just driving around and I'm looking for the bait to be pretty suspended up in the water column. That's where you're gonna find the speedos. So as you see, we're on flat bottom right now. We're not marking the wreck yet. See that kind of stuff right there? That's what you want to see. That's high up suspended. That's usually bait. So we want to situate ourselves in line with the current and wind, so that way our chum flows directly into the bait fish. Okay, we just made a little move up north, about 10 miles. We were going to fish here and try to catch some snapper, and we saw a big school of bait on top. I just lost whatever it was, but I think they're threadfin herring. You could see, like, so the top of the water, when we're always looking for any signs of life out here, and you could kind of see these baits skipping on top. And oh my gosh, look right underneath the boat. Is that all speedos? What is that? Wow. No, that's all bait. The whole school of bait is right underneath the boat right now. Oh, had one. There we go. We'll be able to tell what it is now. Might be blue runners. Came off. Just put out the chum bag at this new spot. I'm gonna put on some little yellowtail jig heads. And while we wait for some bait to come, we're gonna try to catch some snapper in the meantime. Hopefully yellowtails come by the boat. I'm just cutting up some frozen chunk of goggle eye to put on the yellowtail hooks. And just like this, just drift it back with the current and with the chum.
It's a yellowtail.
Is it?
Yeah.
See?
It's a bit small, but it's a yellowtail. Oh man, he's swallowed.
Well, that was easy.
There's something. Another small yellowtail. Either they're all small out there, or sometimes you have to catch a few small ones before the big ones show up. But that's the thing, when you're chumming, that chum's gonna flow all up and down the reef line and just draw in all the fish along the reef. So the big ones might not have shown up yet. I love it when they just rip a line out of your hands. It's fun. But they're small. Very small. It's yellowtail number 3 for us. Not a keeper yet.
Oh, that's it. That's it.
That was a nice fish.
It seemed like a nice yellowtail, but I got
Or barracuda.
something, some kind of predator.
We're trying to catch yellowtails and stuff on this wreck, and these guys are in the water spearing. They're most likely trying to shoot wahoo. So we're kind of just sitting it out here, but the current and wind are kind of really wonky and not really allowing us to do what we want. We normally want to fish right off the back of the boat, but the current's going that way, so our chum's not really going anywhere. It's kind of just sinking straight down. We're kind of just in limbo here. Goodness. So we just saw those spear fishermen we showed you guys. We just saw multiple wahoo speared, so we know they're around. We have bait, but ideally you want real big baits, something like a speedo or a blue runner, because they just perform so much better for those fish. What I'm going to do is blow up this balloon right here, put the kite up, try to put some goggle eyes out, and hopefully we get them to react to our kite baits. So we don't have much wind, so when you don't have a lot of wind, you kind of need to rely on helium to get that kite up. So that's what I'm doing right now, blowing this balloon up.
Got stripes on your mind?
I do. When you see people catch your target fish right in your face, you want to do the same thing. Stripes are on the mind for sure. All right, we have a success. We got the balloon on the kite. All right, we got 2 gogs out now. All the guys are still spearing fish right here. So we're gonna just kind of wait until, and hopefully the wahoo just swim right through us. We're chumming, they're chumming. So we're gonna see what happens here. Oh, this is long. Please be the right fish. This got hit as we were bringing the kite in because we're losing our wind. So we decided to suck it in, and this was just dangling over the side of the boat. We'll see. I don't want to say the C word for Barracuda, but it's what it might be. So earlier we had some pretty good wind, but when you're kite fishing and the wind completely drops, even with the balloon, the line and the weight of the baits and everything just drag the kite down, so you cannot fish the way you need to. Please be the right fish. I see something shiny. No, it's a kudo. Gosh darn it. You get so excited because you see everyone else catching them. The wrong stripes. Wahoo! So a lot of people are terrified of eating this fish because of something called ciguatera. I've never, ever in my life gotten ciguatera from eating barracuda, especially stateside. I think it's a lot more common in the Bahamas where the water's much cleaner and they have much more lively reefs. But the bigger a fish is, the higher the likelihood that it's going to have something like ciguatera disease because of biomagnification. They eat a bunch of small fish infected with it, and barracudas are top dogs. So, but we're not afraid to eat this guy. And if you look, unlike a wahoo, they don't really have razor sharp teeth. They're more kind of jagged and they do a lot of tearing. When you get a bait back, you can see there's a lot of tear marks in it rather than like a clean slice, but still real cool looking fish.
I think we're gonna need the net for this one. We don't have no net.
First time we've heard drag screaming all day. It's gonna be something nice on the little yellowtail jig. Just careful of the trolling motor, Dad. Could be a big yellow jack.
No, there's no pumping. There's no stopping it now. I think Victor's right. My good fish got eaten. Just like a lot of the good fish.
Talk about the rainbow runner you just caught.
I just caught a rainbow runner and hopefully Victor can turn it into a wahoo.
Okay, change of plans. You just gotta go. Like I said, at the beginning of the day, we didn't really have an agenda. We just brought a bunch of different things to do a bunch of different things. Brooke and Brian keep seeing rainbow runners in the chump slick, so that's a good as bait as any. The problem with the wahoo, we put the kite up, but all the guys that are shooting them, they see them suspended like 40 feet down. So ideally what you wanna do is either put them deep or slow troll them, and those big baits naturally wanna dig down, but wahoo on live bait can be tricky. They want a big juicy bait. They don't wanna waste their time on something like a little goggle eye. So I'm gonna try to catch these rainbow runners in the slick here. Really. Go, put him in the well. Just try to not to let him hit the deck in the floor well.
Oh my slimy. It's in that thing.
Seeing that rainbow runner make you excited?
Yes. Rainbow runner, speedo, I'd be happy with either one. Just need a big, juicy bait that puts out a lot of vibration. So we just got real light line, drifting little pieces of chum back or little pieces of squid and bait with the slick. And Brian's already caught 2. I haven't caught any yet. But if I have 10 of those in the well, I'll be very confident. Oh! And the bonus is they pull hard. If I wasn't gonna use these for bait, they actually eat really good, especially for sashimi. When we were in Mexico, we caught a bunch of big ones. I can be pretty impatient when it comes to bait and fishing, and I wanted to leave, and Burke and Brian are like, why don't we just stay here? And if you think about it, the wahoo are here for a reason. This is the only big bait around, so it's probably what they're feeding on naturally anyway. Oh yeah, we're loading up. That's yellowtails now. Brooke, there's big yellowtails down there. Oh, I have a yellowtail. There's a lot of these yellowtail snapper mixed in. Yeah. There's a huge ball of yellowtails behind the boat. That's a legal size yellowtail. That's a dinner fish right there. That's going in the box for dinner. It's probably 13, 14 incher. They gotta be 12 inches to keep in Florida. Look at how pretty that is. Only snapper you can lip like that.
Another one.
Good job, Brittany. So if we don't catch anything else today to eat, I'm telling you right now, we're gonna eat those rainbow runners. Because I'm telling you, man, people view them as bait. Those things are good. They're not the biggest fish in the world, but you get 10 of them, you have a nice meal.
We're gonna trade these in on something bigger. We're not gonna eat these. You wait and see. You wait and see.
Brian makes fun of me because I could spend all day bait fishing. I like to have more than I need. As soon as I set a number into motion, like 10, he says we're out of here at 10.
That's a nice petite one. Isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Man, I didn't do any of that right. I was so desperate to get him in the boat. I just totally messed it up.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so we got our big baits, and that's what these fish should be feeding on out here naturally anyway. You gotta hold them super firm because I'm dealing with a lot of hooks here. So we're gonna go one in the nose. Oh man, they don't like that. They're strong, but that's good. They're gonna put out a lot of vibration. One in the nose. One on the back, and then we got a sliding treble hook right there. So we're just gonna work this area where people have been seeing wahoo and where we saw all the bait, because you gotta think all these rainbow runners are here and the wahoo gotta be following right behind them. I'm sure we'll have some barracudas bycatch, but that's just the name of the game. We're just gonna continue to do nice big figure eights all around this area. What's up?
So they've been kind of hanging out more on like the outside.
Look at
of
that.
the
Look at that rod.
They've been on the south side. That's a
I
bite.
know, so what do you want me to do?
We're on. We're on. That didn't take long. It's fighting like a cuda. Wahoo usually when they hit is a blistering run. This is fighting really weird, like it's foul hooked or something. What the heck? Oh, he got chomped. Oh, yep.
There's another one.
Take it, take it. He's on there.
Yep. What'd you get, Victor?
I got half. Look at that. That's a barracuda bite. You can see how mangled it is. A wahoo would be a nice clean cut. Sounds like barramundas. This is why you need a lot of baits to do this, because we knew we were going to get barracudas. Plus, you miss a lot of bites sometimes. Oh, look at him. We should be able to shake that hook off. Luckily, he didn't mess up our rig.
He's fine too.
You got it?
The rig's good.
Yeah. We got to find where those things are not living. Otherwise, your wahoo will never even get to see your rainbow runner. Okay, Dennis, round 2. You got to finesse him. You got to speak to him. Say, come here, little puppy. Yep. Wait.
You don't like that one?
No, we're on. We just got to bite.
Oh.
It's not a blistering run. A lot of head shakes. Okay, this is the 3rd fish we've hooked doing this. So 3 rainbow runners out. Regardless if they're barracudas, if you want to have productive fishing and have fun, you come out here and do this. But I think I know what it's gonna be.
One of them. We may have to sift through some barracudas, but I think we'll get one.
We should relocate the barracudas. Isn't it crazy how barracudas never seem to get sharked? No, I don't know why they don't eat them. Maybe it's too easy of a meal for them?
No, they eat sharks. I used to catch sharks on barracuda. You probably have also.
Yeah, when you use them for bait, but when you have them hooked, they very rarely get sharked. Woo!
Another big one, huh?
Mm-hmm.
That one's even bigger.
Yeah, he's big. He's full grown. He's got a big head. As easy as that.
He swam off good too.
Easy as that.
Good job.
Oh, the barracudas are solid underneath us right now.
Okay, we
Are
probably
they?
nervous baits. Rod tips bouncing like crazy means that they see something they don't like seeing. The most frustrating thing is you know the wahoo are here, and we're doing the best thing that we could possibly do fishing wise to try to get them. But it'd be pretty cool to get in the water and shoot one day. That's next on the list.
There we go, there's one.
Keep pulling, keep pulling, keep pulling. That rod's pretty nervous too. He's getting hit.
There it is. Oh.
He's got it. He's real. He's eating it, yeah.
Oh, it just jumped out. It's huge.
What is it?
I don't know.
Might be a sailfish.
It could have been a sailfish. I don't even know what the heck that thing was. If it was a sailfish, its sail was down, so it looked weird.
Okay, Brian and I are doubled up now. Okay, let me go underneath you, because my fish is going this way. I mean, we were pretty far away from the wreck. This is definitely pulling a lot harder than all the barracudas I've hooked so far.
Was it Cuda that jumped out? If it was, it's really big.
Did it eat the bait when it was jumping?
No, it was already hooked. No, it jumped out like a sailfish does and slaps its body down.
Oh.
Like head out, you know, like.
Mm-hmm. Our fish are trying to play musical lines.
Yeah, they're so close. Why don't you go forward, Victor?
Roar! That's what I imagine he's saying when he comes up. Roar! You got a barracuda. Oh no, you have. Yeah, you do. I thought it was a king.
Is it a really big barracuda?
Yeah.
Man, that thing jumped like no barracuda I've ever seen.
I'll tell you what. You want to catch some world-class barracuda fishing? Come to South Florida. There's a couple of positives for having a bracket and a sliding door, huh? That's a stud. That's a giant one. That's a 30-pound Barracuda right there. That's a big one. That's a real one. That works so well. If you don't want to touch a Barracuda, you bring them in through the bracket right there. Oh yeah. Check it out. Got a little remora on him. Let's see if I could get him to. He doesn't want to stick to me. There's a little remora. They attach themselves to fish and sharks, and they get the scraps off of them and hitch a free ride. They're hard to grab, aren't they?
They kept sticking to the boat. I'm trying to pick him up. He was sticking to the boat.
So this is what we've been trolling for the rainbow runners. We got about 2-3 feet of wire, a single Mustad big gun, and then 2 treble hooks. So one of them sliding, so you can place it exactly where you want it on the baits, since they're all a little bit of different size. Real small treble, and then another back treble, because no matter what's going to eat it, whether it's a cuda or wahoo, they don't swallow it whole. These fish with teeth, they come up, slash it in half, come back for the scraps. So you want as many points of contact on that bait to hook them as possible.
There it is, there it is.
Came up top. Oh, he let it go.
You did? Keep it out there because it keeps coming for it. You still in gear?
No, you want to put it in gear? But they came up for it. We just marked fish like 60, 80 feet down, and I think one of the bites we had was the right one, so we're gonna put another one out. We'll make that same line again. Oh, that's a bite. Oh, come on, keep pulling, pull. That was a nice bite. Still going. Okay, so we put out a third bait. We got 2 rainbow runners and a gog out now, trying to triple our chances. And the last fish that just, I don't know how a fish can miss all 3 hooks, but it missed all 3 hooks.
I'm hoping it's a wahoo too. Had a better first run.
Brooke's not even gonna know, she's sleeping. We've definitely put in our taxes. We've been taxed 6 or 7 times by barracudas. We're due for one. The majority of people where we're from like to troll for wahoo. They troll planers because you don't get as much bycatch, you don't catch as many cudas and stuff, and it's probably the deadliest way too because your baits get deep. Not a lot of people do the whole slow troll and big baits thing, but if you can get past all the predators like the cudas, it could be really, really effective. It's a big barracuda though. Yeah, that might be the biggest one of the day.
Had them both out, and he got it back in.
Wah, wah, wah.
Whoa, 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 what we got? Huh? Got him, huh?
We just trolled very close to the wreck, and the closer you get to the wreck, the more guarantee you're gonna get a cuda.
Dang, I got this other line too. No, I got him, I still got him.
Good.
He was charging me. Can you move this other line? What
can have
is
this
this?
line.
There he is. Oh, it looks like a, it's big. Big cuda. Holy, oh, you get that? This is the biggest one of the day. Uh-oh, Victor, go to the swim platform. He's huge. Wait till you see how big he is.
You can fight him again.
He's absolutely huge.
Yeah.
Oh, wait till you see him. He's a monster.
Absolutely huge.
Oh yeah, he's big. He's way bigger than all the others. He's got 10 pounds on all the others.
How about that jump on the boat?
Oh, that jump. I hope you got that shot. You know,
I hope so too.
he had his mouth open. He was coming at us. Look at the size of this thing.
Look at his head. He's monstrous, huh? He's going to the swim platform. Okay. Just cut safely wherever you need to. There you go.
So word on the street is you want to catch some barracudas.
What is this, Barracuda number 8? Word on the street is if you want to catch some barracudas, you book a land shark charter, Brian Chris, and they'll have all the barracudas you can catch.
As long as there's a steady flow of rainbow runners.
Well, I think odds are we keep catching these things, sooner or later we'll get a wahoo. That's my theory.
Like, I wonder if like the whole school of kudas are following in all these kudas that you're catching. The second you put your bait out, the whole school of kudas are just there.
I mean, I don't see any kudas following him.
No? It's like immediate every time.
I just think there's so many barracudas around here. This'll run. Yep. Hold him tight.
Look at that.
You
I
learn
learned from the best. Wrangled that barracuda.
how to catch him and how to release him. Switching gears. So, even though we knew the wahoo were there, we could not get a wahoo bite. So we're gonna put the kite up and see if we can't get a sail or tuna, dolphin to come up, switch to all fluorocarbon, big circle hook, and we're gonna bridle the baits. He films everything now, remember? Is that a bite?
Yes, sailfish, sailfish, sailfish.
Is that on the
Sailfish.
what was he been? He just
Missed it, maybe.
he came and looked at it.
He's on middle, he's on it. He's on it,
He's on. He's got it. Come on, munch it. Yep. He's swimming at me, that's the problem. I don't know what he's doing. I can't tell if it's the bait or if he's swimming at me.
Oh, now he's
Oh,
on
good, good, good.
this. Here, grab this instead. Up with this.
Okay, we just had.
Oh my gosh, he took all of our baits. He even took the log.
You're kidding.
On
Oh!
the log.
Oh my gosh, he did eat
Oh my
multiple
gosh, he
baits.
took both baits. Oh my gosh, he has to put it in his mouth also.
That's fine.
That's crazy.
I've always thought this was gonna happen, but I've never experienced it before. This sailfish ate both our baits. Brooke and I doubled up.
He was hungry. I'm not gonna fight him on mine, I don't think. Right?
Woo!
Wow, he's gorgeous.
Mm-hmm.
This is not an ideal situation.
You could cut your leader right there. Yeah, just cut your leader. Well, actually, we have 2 insurance policies. Just yeah, leave it on.
I'm gonna leave mine in preschool. And you
Walk
fight him
through-
from
walk
yours.
through
What do you think?
We'll keep tight with it. Keep tight with it.
Reel the flat lines in.
No, they're good for now. Keep yours tight so it doesn't get wrapped up like crazy. Oh, he's jumping again. He does look pretty decent. Woo! I'd rather have 2 hooks in than 1, wouldn't you? That was in 143 feet. What a banger day. We didn't get our target wahoo, but to be able to come out and catch just action all day, I've always wanted to experience a fish eating both baits, and this finally happened. So Brick is still hooked up to her to the fish as well, but she has her slack, so that way we don't possibly pull the hook. Woo! I say we measure them.
Where's the gloves? Where's the gloves, bro?
Where's your pelagic gloves?
My dad can't wear those either.
Well, I'll do it. You hold the rod. You got it? No, I'm gonna grab them. I don't want to gaff them until we see how big. Just here, I'll take the gloves. Just keep that tight. So all you gotta do, it's in this glove box. Right, bring them right to me. Yeah. Oh man.
What?
You know there's actually, oh no, he does have both hooks. One's just wrapped around the bill.
Don't use the bottom. Had the other one too,
I can't right now. Here, cut it from here, right? So that fish was undersized. We got a tape measure and it was 60 inches from the lower jaw to the middle of the tail. So it was 3 inches too short. So we're gonna get baits back out and try to get another one. That's all she wrote, folks. We tried trolling our kite a little bit and did not get any more bites. So we're gonna bring everything in and go home.
I just love Barracuda so much that I want to catch 8 of them every day and cook them for you guys. I don't need no stinking wahoo. That's all she wrote.
You guys are going to be surprised at how white and delicious this meat is when I show you. So right here behind the head, I'm going to swivel the knife around. They actually have a pretty impressive yield compared to like a snapper or grouper. And I'm filleting this guy up with an 8-inch Dexter flexible fillet. And as always, you guys can save 20% off all Dexter knives. Use my code LANDSHARK, or you can go to dexteroutdoors.com. I'll also have it linked below. Rig through these pin bones right here. They got a really big backbone, kind of like a dolphin does, which you got to get on the other side of. Over this rib cage. What do you think, Dennis? Does that look like a bad fish to you?
I've had Barracuda before and it's just fine.
Look at that. That does not look bad to me whatsoever. Let's flip them over. Another thing, certain fish have a very distinct smell when you catch them. Barracudas, for some reason, they really stink when you bring them in the boat. But even now, I can't even smell it. But the actual fillet of the fish does not have that smell of when you first catch them. You know, we made the most out of, I don't even want to say slow day because we had plenty of action. I know Brian had a really good time. Anytime you're fishing big baits and you're consistently pulling on fish is not a bad day for me at all. We didn't get our target species, but we had plenty of action, and these guys put up one heck of a fight as well. Okay, we got our Barracuda right here on the edge of the fillet table. Just gonna skin them out. I'll show you guys what the other side looks like too. And I'm curious to know if you guys eat Barracuda, so comment below if you guys do or you pass up on this fish, but it looks pretty dang good to me. In the Bahamas, when you go over there, the locals over there love them. Love them, love them, love them. They'll never pass them up. And that's coming from a country where ciguatera is very prevalent. So they probably know something we don't. But that's it. We're gonna see what the family thinks about this fish. I'll catch you guys in the kitchen. So check it out. That's the Barracuda. Take a good look. You telling me you as a grown man are afraid of a fish? That's what I think of when I hear people say, I'm not eating Barracuda or I'm not eating kingfish. I think, why not try it for yourself before you make a judgment call there? So, real simple. The same thing I do for pretty much every fish. unless I'm doing some type of sauce or marinade, I always hit my fish on both sides, usually with some salt, freshly cracked pepper, and garlic powder, and that's exactly what we're doing tonight as well. And this is probably, I want to say, the 4th or 5th time I've cooked barracuda for you guys on YouTube. And it's always mixed reviews of people saying I'd never eat it. A lot of people do eat it. Dennis himself, way before he even started working for me, has eaten it. People in South America, all over the world, the Bahamas, they eat this fish. They don't even think twice. If it has eyes and it swims, people eat it, man. There's very, very few fish in the world that I would consider inedible. I don't really think any fish is inedible. Maybe certain fish are just better prepared than others, and certain fish you gotta avoid certain things like pufferfish with the fugu, with the toxin, but every fish has a time and place in the kitchen. Isn't that right? Wave the camera up and down. Si, senor.
I was gonna interject with,
What's a fish that you can think of off the top of your head that you is known as inedible?
well, we ate that shark in Boston.
Okay, blue shark might be the only thing I would never harvest again. That's probably it. But I'm sure someone in some native country that eats blue shark often has a way to make it great. Maybe shark jello or something.
By definition, inedible means we could literally not eat it, but we ate it,
Yes.
so.
We did, and well, guess what? We're still here. And if you guys notice, so this is the back side of the barracuda. I did shave off a good bit of bloodline because, like with any fish, not just with barracuda, if you leave too much bloodline, it's gonna be the most foul tasting part of the fish, regardless if it's a wahoo, a kingfish, a dolphin, tuna. You don't want too much bloodline in there. When it's fresh like this, that's why I left some in there. But the longer a fish sits in the fridge or in a cooler, that bloodline becomes more and more noticeable. It'll start to turn brown. I don't know if it's oxidizing or what, but it doesn't taste good. To go with our barracuda, we're gonna make like a, I don't know if you'd call it a vegetable medley, but asparagus, tomatoes, creamy corn, cannelli beans, spinach, just a bunch of good stuff, a lot of good flavors, keeping it light. On the side dish, we're gonna toast some bread, thinly sliced with some Parmesan cheese. I got some garlic powder on there as well, some salt and butter. So right here, just going in with some olive oil. We're going to saute one whole white onion. So this is what I'm looking for my onions to be like, a little bit translucent, softened up. When you can smell that sweetness coming out, they don't have any browning on them yet. Now, you guys know me and I love my garlic, so a good heaping of garlic. Wake that up for about 30 seconds. In with the tomatoes. Now going in with some asparagus. These are cut into about thirds. We're gonna let the asparagus cook down for about 3 minutes here. I want them to be crisp. I don't want them to get soggy. Creamy style corn. I know it doesn't look the best, but I'm telling you, if you've never had creamy style corn, it's good. And then a big can of cannelli beans. We're gonna go in with all this beautiful baby spinach and parsley. And I'm gonna put the lid on, stir this around a little bit, and let the spinach wilt down. Out here on the Camp Chef Sidekick, we're just gonna cook our barracuda in a pan. The least fancy way you can cook fish, but always a surefire method. And I'm just gonna do a little knob of butter. It'll melt down and swirl around, you know it will. Just put a little knob of butter in there. We're gonna flip the fish soon. I'm gonna cook them like 75% on the pretty side, not the bloodline side. So you get a little bit more caramelization, more color, and then flip them. Time to flip. Oh yeah, see that's what I want. Just a little bit of color on that barracuda. You can see that it's cooked almost all the way through. It's a relatively flaky fish. Not tough by any means. Look at that. Look at that. Tell me you get that in a restaurant and you would not have your mouth watering. That does not look like a trash fish to me. Okay, just killed the heat and they are done. Look at that plate of barracuda. Delicious. Look at that. I love bread. Bread is the best carb. Bread's up here, pasta, rice, everything else. Bread's way up there.
Especially with cheese and garlic.
Yeah, man. And butter. Okay, this is our Vic's vegetable medley with the cannelli beans, asparagus, and all that other good stuff. And the only other thing I'm going to do to the barracuda, we're just going to sprinkle some fresh lemon juice right on top of this fish. That's a good one. You're going to want two, I'm telling you.
Okay, then I'll take this one.
Oh.
Good.
Then you got all that bread to dip into that juice too.
Look at them little breads. Little baby breads.
Baby breads.
Barracuda for the barracuda.
Well, we're gonna do a little myth busting here, which we've done a ton of that in this house. They say, well, at least I've heard that you're not supposed to eat them over 8 pounds. I think this fish was definitely over 8 pounds. What would you say he was, Victor?
Probably 15.
Oh, 15.
Yeah, double that.
So he's almost double what I've read that, you know, is safe to eat. But that doesn't scare me. So let's see how the barracuda is. Very good. It's very good. Victor said he was going to make something good out of this barracuda, and I thought, wow, that's a pretty tall thing to say, but 15 pound barracuda, because they like these things in the Bahamas. The Bahamians, they love them, and they don't care how big they are. They love barracuda, and I can see why. It's delicious.
I loved this dinner, and if you didn't tell me I was eating barracuda, I would have just thought I was eating a delicious fish. The cook is so good here, so I don't know, that probably had something to do with it. I loved your vegetable medley. It's really tasty. Good job, Vic.
I was wondering what to call that, but vegetable medley is a good way to describe it.
It's a deconstructed soup on a plate.
It probably would have been better served in a bowl with the fish on top, but that was absolutely delicious. And once again, Victor just proves that there is no such thing as trash fish, just trash cooks. I used to fish with someone who was a commercial fisherman, and he hated catching barracudas. And if he caught one, he would gaff it and immediately just throw it back. And you don't have to do that. If they annoy you when you catch them because you think they taste bad, they don't. You can take it home and you can eat it, but you don't have to kill it.
Or give it to someone and let them try it. There's no need to kill them for no reason.
And all the plates are clean,
Yep.
except for Brian's because he got seconds.
Yeah. I think we use the term trash fish way too much, because whenever I read the comments, people in other areas are like, that ain't no trash fish, we eat it all the time. So I'm not gonna say that barracuda was a trash fish. And I didn't watch Victor make this, but it looked like a simple recipe.
So simple.
It didn't
3
look,
ingredients.
you know, I thought if he was going to make something real fancy, you know, you could say don't try this at home because only Victor could make it taste good. But it didn't look all doctored up. It looked, you know, Like anybody could make that fish taste like that. What do you think?
Yeah. I mean, you guys saw it's just a simple pan-seared fish. That's all it took. I wanted to say something, but I forgot. I blanked out.
I messed you up when I said
Yeah.
anybody can make it taste that good.
Oh, I know what I wanted to say. Okay. I'm telling you right now, Scout's honor, all right? If you gave me a plate of wahoo and barracuda and put them next to each other, cooked, I would take the barracuda 10 days out of the week over the wahoo. Barracuda is much more flavor, got a good oil content, good flake. Wahoo is the king for sushi, but I'm telling you, every fish has its time and place, just like I said. If you blindfolded a table full of 10 people would have empty plates. I'm telling you that right now. So I want to thank you guys so much for watching, and that's it. Till the next one. See ya.
Bye.